Hello, class. This is your instructor, Mike Ferguson. I'm here to talk to you. There's always going to be two announcements per week at the bare minimum. Sometimes things happen and we need more, but bare minimum two. First one is due dates. Second one is what today is. It's kind of like something new that's going on in the world of science and especially chemistry. And I usually get it from this Chemical Engineering News. This is the kind of Reader's Digest kind of fun stuff that's going on in chemistry and the American Chemical Society. American Chemical Society is the biggest professional chemistry society in the world, and funny enough, a lot of foreigners are in the American Chemical Society. So USA is the kind of the center center of chemistry in the world, especially in chemical research. And there's a couple things like the naming organization is located in Columbus, Ohio, for instance. Like the organization officially names molecules and elements and that kind of thing. But this is where we have it. Although China is increasingly getting more and more articles. I saw one today when I was looking that it was a Chinese research that happened in China, and it's being talked about in the American Chemical Engineering News. Anyways, this is something kind of cool, and I thought this was interesting. I think it's also good for the start of term because it talks about what science is and what it means. And this is this pink planet. So there's this pink planet, and I should say it's an exoplanet. There's only technically saying 8 planets because the planets are in the solar system, but kind of what we consider planet. It's kind of fuzzy. Like when I was a kid, Pluto was a planet, for instance, and now it's a dwarf planet. And even earlier than that, the sun was considered a planet. So, I mean, of course, the sun is not a planet, it's a star. But right now, so even the definition of planets is fuzzy. But then again, the old definitions, it doesn't change it. Like, Pluto isn't any different if you call it a planet or a dwarf planet. It's still the same orbit, still the same composition. So, and its feelings really can't be hurt, right? Because it's a planet. It's a planet-like object. But this planet here, GJ504b, it's colloquially known as the pink planet. So, this was discovered using ground-based telescopes. But then later on, the James Webb took a closer look at it and started noticing things, looking at the spectra. And there was some discrepancy, like, well, this doesn't make a lot of sense. So they went and they thought, like, okay, one thing that could explain this is salt clouds. If there were salt clouds in the atmosphere, this would explain things. And there's a couple things that could be salt. One is potassium chloride, for instance, but it's not. It's just, it kind of, the putting this here then fits the spectra of the planet. And so although the article written kind of shows it to be like, oh, this is a fact, this is a pink planet because of the salts, being a purist, this more suggests. So looking at this, we don't, this is kind of indirect evidence. It's not direct evidence. We aren't seeing these salts we don't have a definitive proof of these salts. We more have that these salt clouds would explain the spectra, and so I'm saying this because this tells us what science is and how we generate knowledge. So and using specifically the idea of data-driven scientific process. Although we do have data, right? We have spectra from the James Webb Space Telescope. I mean, certainly that's real data there. But then we have the model that we use to fit those data. And the model suggests the salt cloud. So I know even the article says, oh, this is what's going on. In my mind, it's still unverified. And I mean, how could you verify it? Well, you could send a space probe there and then take a sample from the atmosphere, put the space probe in the atmosphere, and then look at things. I mean, and that's not going to maybe that'll happen someday, but not anytime soon. I mean, this is 57 light years away, so it's 57 light years, and the light year is a distance that light travels in a year, at least in an average Earth year. And I mean, to give you the idea, the sun is a little over 8 light minutes away. So no, actually light seconds. Actually, much. It's I have to look that up. But the sun, I think it's. No, it's gonna be minutes. So it'll be a little over 8 light minutes away. I was just thinking that the sun is 93 million miles away, and light travels at 300,000 kilometers a second, with 186,000 miles a second, which is about 8 minutes. So yeah, sorry, here I am doing calculations in my head. That's a little over 8 light minutes. So now so 93 million miles is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, but then going out here, this is light years, right? So we're comparing minutes to years, so that's pretty far away, right? And why am I using miles in astronomical calculations? Because NASA mandates it. NASA uses imperial units. See if you ever look at NASA. NASA refuses to use the metric system. NASA will only use like the imperial. I think NASA uses Celsius, but they for distances they use miles and feet and that kind of thing. So, anyways, I hope you like the article here, and makes you think about what science is and what science isn't. And if you want to, you can join the conversation. I'm going to put a conversation in the if you want to reply, it's optional. I don't grade it, but if you want to, this is part of your interaction if you want it. So some other thing with the course, I'm getting some emails from students. At least 2 students have written me about this. There's the there's a meet and greet event, I copied this over from a template, and then I've altered it, and then I went ahead and unpublished the parts that I didn't want. So I don't know why you can see the unpublished things. I guess it was an item in the grade book or something. But I moved it off of ungraded, so it's the graded parts of this course are it's the first discussion, the homework, the lab simulations, and the tests, and the final. So those are the graded parts. Everything else is not graded. Even then, I have the intro to mastering, which is not graded. So those things are not a part of the course. The ones I mentioned, the 2 that they're showing up that have been deactivated. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm surprised you can see them, but yeah, there's that. So also with all these messages, I always kind of do a check-in. I see faculty members increasingly being a triage of sorts. So triage to see how students are doing and if you need anything. So myself as a professor, I'm pretty well connected, and if I ask someone for help, they usually say yes. So if you guys need anything, if you're put in tough situations, outside extracurricular, of course, lack of basic needs or dealing with crippling health issues. Many people deal with depression and anxiety, especially anxiety has been on the rise. I personally deal with it, so I worry about lots of things in the world and whatnot. So, so if you're dealing with any issues, you feel free to reach out, and I'll get you connected to the right people that can help you out. Of course, the easiest ones are the food. Students that are hungry, food services are the easiest. Housing's a little harder, and with the mental health services, we have services for that. But if you find you need something, feel free to reach out, and I'll do what I can, point you in the right direction. So take care of yourselves, and welcome to the class. And feel free to discuss. I know I went a little longer today, partially because I forgot if the sun was 8 light minutes or light seconds. So I did the reasoning through it. So sorry, but I decided not to edit that part out, so that you can kind of see how you can think and reason through things. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the article and you're enjoying the class so far. If you have any questions, especially here in the beginning, please feel to reach out. And if I ever reach out to you, you're never in trouble. I'm always checking in on you and seeing how you're doing, and I want to help you as much as I can. So take care for now. Aloha.